nearly forgot. Well, technically, I guess I did forget. Cutting down these radiator hoses. Took this bad boy, cut off, it's probably like about an inch, or in normal people terms, what do we got? We got about 4 centimeters, give or take. And that brings you nice and close to this water neck. Thankfully, well not thankfully, but conveniently, the Mishimoto logo, you cut straight under the bottom of it, and then you get to keep your logo. You can chuck a band over that, because the Mishimoto radiator, the water neck actually comes all the way up to here. Bloody good. Now this part here, I'm going to cut it probably all the way up here. That way, if it is too long, I can shorten it, but if I cut it too short, I can't lengthen it. So, not rocket science, I'm going to tape it up and then we'll cut it. And then cutting it, obviously, we got it taped up so it's set like this on the car. We're going to cut straight across the top line, something you want to keep note of like before you cut it. And the good thing about these cutters, specific for plastic and rubber hose, is that it will square it up. So you want to square that up, and keeping in mind, give an extra to the hose. So this thing cuts it off pretty good, pretty straight. If you do cut it on a cockeyed angle, however, let's see if I got this one straight. And that's pretty straight. If you cut it like cockeyed angle like that, it's doesn't look pretty for one. It kind of frays a lot more, and just not a good time. Means it won't sit properly on the actual car as well, which is well, it's not ideal. And with a lighter, this will seal these back up, shrink them, make it a lot more attractive. I find it nigh on impossible to get these things cut perfect. You can get them pretty close, but perfect, unless you've got like a guillotine or something like that. It's pretty bloody hard. So let's go try that. A little bit too long, which is good, better than being too short. So my next cut's probably going to be, it's not going to fit perfect, that's the hard thing. Probably going to be across here, so I'm going to tape that up. Nice and simple. Oh, there we are. All right. Now, after much wrestling with those lower bloody, the really old bloody lower bushes on this radiator, where are we? Yeah, so sweet, done. That's it. That's this hose trimmed. Obviously I'm going to retrim it. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't going backwards and forwards too often, and that fits perfect. Now we're going to take this one off here, obviously. I guess not obviously, because this one's already in, so you'd think I'd just leave it, but this one's prettier, so we'll be using this one. And that. Yeah. That in there looks something like that. Boom. Beautiful. Alright, I'm going to trim these up, clean them up, and then we'll get them in. converted. Internal coil now. So you saw before, it didn't fucking fit, did it? Another wrong part. Classic. I emailed the company and didn't even wait for a response. I just thought I'll just swap everything over. Looks like it's all the same. The tooth count was a little bit different on this shaft. No, it was 180 degrees out, this shaft, compared to the other Dizzy. So I retained this Dizzy shaft and like the sprockets and stuff, all of that's the same, but I used all the wiring and pickups from the new one because they're good condition. The cap, the rotor, everything else is all new. The internal Dizzy, which just makes this thing considerably chonky, like it's much heavier now, but that's all done, that's all in there. Hopefully this works. It's the first time ever actually pulling one of these apart like that to do like a full swap over and replacement. But the issue was this leg here is considerably longer than whatever they sent me, and obviously they didn't bolt on. I don't know if that's because it's a Jap motor like the JDM version or whatever, but didn't fit, and now it should. So I'm going to chuck this in and then we are going to move on to the left hand side axle. Yo, chuck that in and yeah, keep moving forward. Okay, so this is a K24 mid shaft. The one on this particular car, there's a spider chilling out here. Yeah, no, well, anyway, doesn't have the snap ring on it. There's nothing on there, so I'm going to take it off this K24 and hopefully it fits. And yeah, small things like that do kind of interrupt progress, but it's just something you got to work with and keep moving forward. So we'll get this off, chuck it on there, get this axle in. Alright boys, that's going to cover it for this video. To be honest, I got completely lost in what I was even doing. So we got the interior done, which is good. That's the whole thing, pretty much arse end all the way up to that firewall. She's all done now and looking pretty bloody good too, I might add. Looks pretty stock and I kind of like that. Maybe an ITR steering wheel and a different shift knob, you know, clean it up a bit, and that's about it. That's what I'd recommend anyway. Made a little bit of a mess here now doing some of these other things. So I got the distributor done. I had to swap all the internals over and that. Fuel filters in, the shifter box and all of that's done. We got our radiator hoses and whatnot in, all trimmed to fit. So I got all these bad boys done. I got the loom back out off over the edge. Yeah, we've got quite a lot done. All the shifter stuff is done. I need to get one of these little D-washers for this side here, and that's it. You can see where it comes up and out there, nice and smooth, easy transition for the cables, and yeah, that is gonna be it. So thank you for watching, helps me out. Like, comment, subscribe if you've got any comments or suggestions on how I can do things better, things that I might change, things you might have seen that need to be changed. Yeah, chuck it in the comment section, and again, thanks for watching.